Liverpool are chasing the Swiss star. Transfer work in Liverpool continues from where it left off. The club has revealed its strategy in recent years by transferring young and open-minded names. New moves are being made to replace some of the older names in the team, and there is no doubt that a big change is coming at Liverpool in the coming summer months. According to information from German sources, Liverpool is one of the few clubs that attracted the attention of Salzburg's rising star Noah Okafor. Okafor has scored 3 goals in the UEFA Champions League this season and has made a name for himself by scoring 7 goals in the league. His rising form has attracted the attention of many teams, including Liverpool. There is a possibility of a move for the attacker in the January transfer window, potentially giving the Reds a much-needed boost mid-campaign. Playing a central role for Salzburg, Okafor has excelled at taking charge this season. It has the raw minerals needed to be a big star and could prove to be an inspiring buy for Jürgen Klopp's team. Although Liverpool seem to have stocked up the offense well with Diogo Jota, Roberto Firmino, and new signing Darwin Nunez, it has become clear how important it is to have a good squad depth this season. The injury prescription at Anfield is pretty hefty, and the Reds will have the willpower to make sure they have enough backups by the January transfer window. Liverpool and Salzburg have made many deals before. The latest deal involving Takumi Minamino wasn't earth-shattering, but the Japanese ace played his part as the Reds won both domestic trophies last season. There is a sense of apprehension when it comes to signings from the Austrian league, where the level of competition is nowhere near what Premier League sides face every week. But there's no denying the quality some players bring to the table. That's why it's essential to have a proper scouting report to decide if you're going for a particular fit and whether an increase in fitness is something that can be replicated when the going gets tough. With question marks around the main talking point, the change of owners, it's hard to tell the direction the club will take when the dust settles. Ideally, the January transfer window would be the perfect judge for anyone involved with recruiting, regardless of whether it's okay to make a move for the player. While there isn't a forward department for Liverpool to think about immediately at the moment, it's important to get star players like Okafor early. Because the star player, which can be purchased for around €35 million at the moment, may have a much higher price tag at the end of the year. Moreover, considering that Okafor will take part in the World Cup with Switzerland, its shares may skyrocket to much higher prices. An early deal for Liverpool could avoid that fee. Okafor's roadmap will become clearer in the coming days. Do you think Okafor can succeed at Liverpool? The £29 million Liverpool player is close to signing a new contract to stay at Anfield. There are hot developments about Bobby, who has been the scene of many news since the beginning of the season and finally got a gavit from the Brazilian national team. According to the latest information, the talks between Liverpool and Roberto Firmino have come to an end. Talks to sign Roberto Firmino to a new contract at Liverpool are progressing very well. Transfer expert Florian Plettenberg also gave details on the subject. Plettenberg said Firmino could soon sign a new deal at Anfield. It was said that talks about a new contract beyond 2023 are progressing very well. The player can really dream of extending it. His relationship with Klopp must be excellent, he said. It looked like the Liverpool man would make time to stay at the club for an 8-year term next summer. But after an excellent season so far, things seem to have turned in his favour. Whether or not to give Bobby a new contract is a potentially divisive deal for Liverpool fans. With the roster aging as it is, there will be those who feel that an older player shouldn't be held for longer. Also, Firmino's production has started to fluctuate in the last 18 months. The Brazilian player, currently with a market cap of £29 million, looked like he would lose his status, having played more than anyone else under Jürgen Klopp since his arrival. The time taken by Darwin Nunez after his transfer was expected to be quite low. But perhaps this is a little early for expectations. Liverpool's number 9 has been largely excellent this season and has already scored 9 goals. He has already repeated his performance from last season and is quite likely to go beyond that. In fact, while the statistics were clear that he had a decline in his career last season, it was said that there could be more alternative players this season. He was expected to take charge behind Nunez, who was transferred at the beginning of the season. But things haven't gone as expected since the season started, and Bobby has really given the campaign an effective start. He even made several starts in front of Nunez. After Klopp changed his system, he continues to play in the new system blended with Nunez and Salah. You shouldn't worry about a drop in this regard, as Firmino is never the type to rely on pace. His brain has always been his most powerful weapon and looks as sharp as ever in 2022-2023. Weighing all of this out, a new deal with Bobby seems pretty logical. However, the important detail here is the duration and terms of the agreement. Considering that Firmino is 31 years old and has not been invited to the Brazil national team prior to the World Cup, a long-term contract is not a good move. But a salary tied to achievement bonuses and a contractual option available to the club can be a really great deal. We're not ready to see Anfield's radiant smile evacuate the building just yet. Famous Bobby, the show continues. Liverpool are on the hunt for the next Pedri. Barcelona will struggle to sign Las Palmas' sensational Alberto Mileo, as teams like Manchester City, Liverpool and Real Madrid are also vying for the offensive midfielder. According to information from Spanish sources, although Blaugrana seems to be ahead in the race for the youth, it is reported that the emergence of more suitors has complicated issues for them. The 19-year-old is a product of the Las Palmas Youth Academy and has been performing admirably at the first-team level for the past year and a half. Pedri was expected to follow in his footsteps and sign for Barcelona last summer. However, he charged a variable fee of €10 million plus a further €15 million for Mileo, which minor league club Barcelona decided not to pay. Playing for Las Palmas, Mileo has made 15 appearances in all competitions this season and provided 3 assists for Garcia Pimienta's team. Its growth in the Spanish Second League attracted the attention of Liverpool, Manchester City and Barca's arch-rivals Real Madrid. Apart from these clubs, Borussia Dortmund is also said to be welcoming to the Spaniard. Mileo signed a new contract with the club earlier this year, extending his stay until 2026. The midfielder has a €30 million release clause and will go up to €60 million if Las Palmas advance to La Liga. Such a scenario would make things even more difficult for Barcelona, given the club's questionable financial situation. That being the case, Catalans remain interested in Mileo, who has been touted as the next Pedri, but the road to signing him will not be easy. This is another aspect that makes the transfer advantageous for Liverpool. Everyone has admitted that there is a crisis in the Liverpool midfield, and it is certain that more than one signature will be needed in the transfer window next summer. It seems quite logical to add another young player to the roster alongside Jude Bellingham.